Dan il-podcast joffri spazju fejn il-mistiedna jesprimu l-ħsieb personali b'mod liberu u responsabbli fuq suġġetti varji, mhux neċessarjament ikun hemm qbil mal-opinjonijiet tal-mistednin. Għalhekk nistiednu lill-udjenza sabiex tevalwa l-argument miġjub u bl-ebda mod ma jsir attakk personali fil-kummenti. Hija l-intenzjoni tal-produtturi li dan il-podcast ikun spazju fejn il-libertà tal-espressjoni tiġi dejjem imħarsa b'responsabbiltà u b'rispett sħiħ.
Perhaps we need some outside universal threat to make us recognize this common bound. I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
Nilqawkom magħna l-podcast ieħor. Illum għandna mistieden. Għalija personali huwa mistieden speċjali, għax huwa ħabib tiegħi personali. Forsi fil-passaġġi li smajtuni nirreferi għalih bħala ħabib tiegħi speċjali ħanajlu hekk. Ma għandna il-Mark Ellul. Mark Ellul huwa coach, life coach, business coach. Mark ħadem ħafna fil-marketing u ħadem ħafna ukoll fl-advertising u xek. Eħx barra għal ħafna snin, eħx l-Amerika, ngħid sew Mark.
Eħx kullum kien.
Eħx kullum kien.
28 countries I worked.
Ġifieri Mark jitkellem bil-Malti, imma ovvjament kultant iħossu naqra iktar komdu jitkellem l-Ingliż. Mark, kif inti?
Tajjeb.
Komdu,
joġobni.
Hawnhekk relax ġvera.
Relax.
Tajjeb. Mark, kif tħalt f'din it-triq tal-coaching u daw l-affarijiet għax
kif għattent il-background ngħidu hekk l-ewwel job tiegħi ħdimt fis-Sahara Desert, ġifieri fl-Oilrigs. Unbat switchajt mort l-Amerika, u mort nistudja hemmhekk. Unbat libt fil-marketing, unbat mużika u sports li żied. U I'm lucky għax it-traveljajt ħafna madwar id-dinja u iżjed ma rajt kulturi iżjed infetaħ moħħi, taf kif jiġri. You know what I mean? Meta tmur tintaqa' ma' dawn nies pajjiżhom, il-fema tiegħek titbiddel. And eventually, although fix-xogħol tiegħi kollox kien sejr tajjeb u kellu suċċess, ġifieri tajjeb. Psychologically ma kontx jatem, ġifieri kont qed nitħabat psychologically illum u vera the mental health issue hija xi ħaġa kbira li teffettwa smissil kulħadd. U ngħidlek il-verità bdejt nidħol u bdejt nistudja s-psikoloġija, l-positive psychology, naqra l-filosofija, ġifieri u fissaj daqsxejn u l-ispiritwalità, ġifieri. I'm lucky, I'm like you, u hemmhekk naqblu aħna kurjużi aħna. Aħna question mark. U ili mindu kon żgħir, ġifieri nagħmel hekk, ili mindu kon żgħir, I want to know the truth and I don't accept anybody's truth, I want to find it out for myself. And I think importanti li kulħadd jagħmel hekk. U ngħidlek il-verità din-linja salvat ħajti. Li salvat li ħajti. Għax kont niworja ħafna, you know what I mean, I used to get worked up, negatività mhux tortana, ġifieri għax il-moħħ hekk jaħdem. Il-moħħ huwa negative biased, allura ħaġa negattiva għandha l-power of 3 of a positive thing, you know? Għax il-ġisem qed jipprova, il-moħħ qed jipprova jipproteġik. Għax kollox danger, ma il-problema jara kollox danger, you know? U minn hemm bdiet is-search tiegħi u ftit ġifieri although I passed through some earth-shattering experiences in my life, I can say that at the ripe age of 66 I've never been happier, I've never had more peace of mind. Ġifieri għalija ħadmet għalija dil-journey, you know what I mean? U ngħidu hekk, ix-xogħol tiegħi huwa li ngħin in-nies. Li nneħħi l-biża tan-nies li żjed, tifhem? Allura automatically it makes you happy.
Għalix it makes you happy, imma xem billi tejn in-nies li lilek tagħmlek ferħan. Jien il-tweġiba u l-risposta nafa.
Tafa.
Imma ħansaqsi.
Kallimni għall-aħħar darba li ntajna.
Kelmu ħafna ħna jena.
Jien, I figured out that the secret of life at 66, jien għajdu għek sissa, għax sitxu oħra ġifiri nivolvi nerġa, tifhem? Imma jien vera nemmen li kull persuna fuq il-wiċċ ta' d-dinja u twilet għal raġuni waħda biex inħobbu. M'hemmx raġuni oħra. Għax dik li mħabba mbagħad meta aħna impoġġuha fix-xogħol tagħna, fir-relationships tagħna, in our cooking, everything we do, you know what I mean, in everything we do, meta inti tħobb xi ħaġa, you beautify it. You make it better. Because you're giving it light, you know? And so I'm a bit obsessed about it. In fil-ħodu, ġifiri, l-ewwel li nagħmel inħobb li l-nifsi daqsxejn għax I think dik importanti ħafna, kulħadd.
Ħansaqsik fuqha. Kemm importanti.
L-iżjed ħaġa importanti.
Kemm importanti Mark li tħobb.
L-iżjed ħaġa importanti għax int ma tistax tgħin il-ħaddieħor hekk inti imkisser. You know what I mean? Anzi, tispiċċa tikkontaminaħ il-persuna oħra. U
kif tħobb lilek innifsek?
In every way possible. Jien nis ngħidilhom li għandi 3 safar ġol bejta tiegħi. My soul, my mind and my body. And I feed all 3 of them every day. Inqum filgħodu, daqsxejn ossessjonat. Kieku tkunu tafu l-morning routine tiegħi tpoġġuni ġew white jacket u teħduni, jiġifieri.
Nixtieq inkun naf il-morning routine.
L-ewwel ħaġa li nagħmel jiġifieri inqum u nagħmel sija meditation, you know. Assisted meditation, I found a technique jiġifieri hemmhekk li iddaħlek in delta levels li kieku tipprova tippratika normali ddum xi 30 sena biex tasal hemmhekk. I want to accelerate my learning, you know. Umbad, eżerċizzju, ġifieri, whether it's a walk, a swim, rrid immexxi d-dem, titmexxi d-dem, importanti ħafna, you know. Niġi lura mill-eżerċizzju, nagħmel breakfast, u waqt li qed nara breakfast, naqra lek chapter ta' ktieb kuljum. And that's my morning routine, you know, and u issa tinżid. Those are acts of love. Everything you do for yourself is an act of love. You understand? Whether you take care of your body, whether you're feeding your mind positive things. Għax inti isa tazza bil-ma kolorat, iżjed ma titfa' il-ma pur, iżjed tiddilutja u tnadda fin-narrative ta' moħħok. Qed tifhem? Għax kollox we are built on habits. 40% of what we do, we don't even know we do it.
Autopilot.
You know what I mean? A close friend of mine jgħidli they don't pick their nose u dejjem subajhom ġew hekk, laqas jindu naw.
Vera. Tinnota li ħafna nies aħna nitkellmu hawn Malta. They are living on autopilot.
Yes, they're asleep, not on autopilot. The knowledge that you and I scuba dive in, you know, in the day back. Kull meta ninta u nagħmlu erbasijat, ma dawx, għas ninduna li għaddu erbasijat.
Ħajna kemm il 15 leġimat.
Tinżel ix-xemx u għas ninduna u niżel ix-xemx.
Nofs ta' nar.
Yes, we always do that.
Għas indunajna.
But the thing is this, is most people are scared of new knowledge. You know what I mean? And yet, I think you and I are the complete opposite. I want to know. Kontat lek xini dream tiegħi, veru l-ultimate dream tiegħi. Li għandna podcast ma xi ħadd daqsxejn evolut iżjed minna, veru.
Kiku xi wieħed minn daw.
Yes, kemm għandna questions għalihom. You know what I mean? And maybe it will happen. You know, maybe it will happen in my lifetime. I wish it can happen in my lifetime because there must be higher intelligences, there must be more advanced civilizations, minna. M'għandix dubju, ma jistax ikun la xjentist, la astronauti, nobody denies it. You know, laqas it-theologist tal-Vatikan denies it.
Funes kien qala, il-theologist.
He said there are brothers and sisters, basically.
L-astronomu tal-Vatikan, sorry, Funes kien qala dik.
Yes, he said it. So I have no doubt in my mind. It's just when, because it's not only, mux biss is-suġġett ta' aliens, alieni u kollox. They have been hiding a lot of knowledge from us. The people in power, ilhom jaħbu mizmien il-Sumerians u l-Eġizzjani. Ilhom jaħbu the hidden truth, I call it, veru. You know what I mean? In history, they try to bury the truth from us.
Taħseb illi
To manipulate us, to exploit us, because that's all we do. Kull ma namlu nħassu taxxa, naħdbu aħna, you know what I mean? Over and over again, it's a cycle. Ommi and the expression vera nħobba, li offa tila, offa nizla. Life really doesn't change for the majority of people. You know what I mean? Jien naf kif jiexu is super rich. I lived in Monaco for 8 years. You know what I mean? Kienu jinvitawni daw l-parties u kollox. Laqqas temmen il-flus li aħlu daw, while 50,000 people are dying every day of starvation. I don't get it, you know? I just don't get it. U tibbodejjani ħafna lili. You know? Laq xej 66 ma stax tibda revoluzzjoni, għax kieku nibda waħda.
Insomma, tista tibda ta' revoluzzjoni.
In the mind.
In the mind.
Għax hemm titterbaħ l-ewwel.
Però Mark, ħanajlek, jiena naħseb ir-rivoluzzjoni tiegħek inti jagħnu mill-esperjenza tiegħi miegħek. Sewwa. Jien l-għonet nixtieq nirringrazzjak pubblikament u ħanħu l-opportunità li għandna dan il-podcast u nista' ngħidallhom fl-aħħar I can put a face to a name. Jiena meta kont għaddej minn żmien diffiċli f'ħajti, ġifieri dan qed nitkellmu xi 15-16 years ago. Jiena ltqajt miegħek, iċ-ċirkostanzi kif iltqajt miegħek huma ħanajtek huma vera ċirkostanzi misterjużi tajli f'liema sens. Jiena kien hemm tlieta minn nies illi riduni niltaqa' miegħek. U ma nafx li dawn it-tlieta minn nies tnejn minnhom huma ħutek u waħda minnhom kienet il-mara tiegħi. Mara tiegħi kienet tafek bħala kont klient tagħha u ħafna minn dal-affarijiet. Meta ltqajt miegħek jiena għadni ma ninsija qatt kont libes t-shirt, jiena nħobb ħafna t-shirts ta' superheroes. Kollezzjoni. U kont libes t-shirt ta' Thor. Niftakar superhero biex niftehmu. U niftakar inti l-ewwel kelma li għatlek li kemm għandek dawl sabiħ minnek. U gerfixtni hemmhekk għax
You didn't think so.
Eżatt.
You see, that's the clue.
And that's the trigger li inti xalt fija.
Li rajt xi ħaġa sabiħa fik.
Eżatt.
Li inti ma stajx tara.
Li ma kontx qed nara. U inti niftakrek tajli għat li għalfejn tilbes dawk it-t-shirts. Jien għatlek għaskon naf biex skont li bes kelli nħares lejn it-t-shirt. Għatlek għax inħobb is-superheroes. U inti niftakrek tajli. Għatli taf għalfejn tħobbhom superheroes. Għatlek you're always looking for a hero. Ma that hero is you.
Yes.
You
can only, just to interrupt you, sorry, nobody's going to come and save you. You understand? We have to save ourselves. And once we save ourselves, then we can pass it forward.
Dik.
Pass it to each other.
Dik, u jien li għallimtni Mark.
U Thor il-favorit tiegħi ta' I don't know if I told you. Joġobni.
Jien niftakrek illi inti li għallimtni ħafna affarijiet. Inti li triggerjajt li ħafna xalt li ħafna buttuni ġo moħħi. U niftakrek kontat li għatli meta titgħallem taqra n-nies, għatlu titgħallem kif tejn lilek innifsek u tħobb lilek innifsek, inti tkun kapaċi tħobb il-ħaddieħor u tejn il-ħaddieħor.
Yes.
U niftakar kont għallimtni xi affarijiet u kienu vera interessanti. Darba kont għat li kull persuna li jattara hawnhekk għandu xkora, tiġor xkora mimlija ġebel fuq daru.
Yes.
Għat li kultant tiftaħ dik li xkora.
U titlaqa. Let it go.
Let go, let God.
Let go and let God.
Da ilek li għattieli xi 15-16 years ago.
In fact, I think the 90% of the suffering of human beings is self-imposed.
Self-imposed.
Mux tort taħħom again. Għax dawn minn dun kullu tfal aħna hemm ċertu conditioning li jsir fuqna, qed tifhem. A baby boy doesn't choose his football team usually, doesn't choose his religion, doesn't choose any, it's decided for him. You know what I mean? But imur l-iskola, dak il-conditioning jiqpa d-dej. And by the time in this jalqu 18, 17, they've been conditioned to believe that they're not good enough and that they're not special enough u ma kapaċi għal xej għax it got repetuta, you know what I mean, over and over again for almost 2 decades. So I think our first priority is to break free of those chains. We have to understand, yes, we're our parents' children. However, we're a magnificent, ġifiri, walking, living miracle. Jina, mux xilek bis nara Is-Sabiħ fik. Għetfem, jina tal-limt, l-ikbar lezzjoni tal-limt li dejjem, anka kien intaqama xaħat, I will focus exclusively on their light. I will focus exclusively xem sabiħ, kulħadd għandu superpower. Aħna X-Men, kollha kemm aħna X-Men u X-Women. Kulħadd għandu xi ħaġa speċjali. Li għandek speċjali inti m'għandix. You know what I mean? This is why we need each other. People, I don't think have understand that. But most of our suffering huwa repetizzjoni ta' dawk it-traumas. Okay? U dal-aħħar I came up with a metaphor. Eżempju, ġifiri, biex nispiega kif inhi trauma. Tiftakarom il-long play albums, tiftakarom? X'kien jiġi meta tigrifa?
Taqbes. Teħel.
Blocked. In-nies jgħidu kemm jien blocked. Qed tifhem? Ma mwet jiġri xej, ma nafx fej sejjer f'ħajti u kollox kemm jien blocked. So to me, what is the solution? The solution is flip the record, you know what I mean? You have to start building yourself anew. And you need to do that through knowledge. I think we are very lucky to live in this time fej knowledge kemm irridu. Nis ngħidilhom, hekk inti għandek problema pereżempju personali mal-partner tiegħek, literalment tista' tmur fuq Amazon Books. All right? Iddaħħal il-problema u tagħmel book u jitilgħulek 500,000 books ta' nies li għaddew mill-istess ħaġa, kitbu fuqha, you know what I mean, u għalulek how they coped with it. You know? So people have no excuse. But I think kull problema li għandna f'ħajjitna, all we need is a little bit of knowledge to be able to cope with it. Jien mhux qed ngħidlek li solvija. To cope with it, ma nafx kif tajda bil-madi cope.
Ġifiri tadatta għalija li inti tamla tijak. Tamla tijak, imma li inti b'saħtek bizzejiet mentally biex inti tiqafila. You understand? Illum mort shopping, il-Pama, you know what I mean? Und għajt ma' ħabiba kbira, she's married to one of my best friends, they're the most beautiful couple, daw ilhom in love, ġifiri minn dukienu xu 14, you know? U jħassab bittajli li għaddeja minn cancer wara cancer, you know, treatment, you know what I mean? U kpejt maħħa, I was standing outside, in the parking lot, kpejt maħħa u kollox. How do you cope with that? You know what I mean? How do you cope with that? It's funny, imma mill-qari tiegħi sirt naf li n-nies li għandhom il-marda jibatu inqas mill-partners tagħhom. Għax at one point, the people that are sick have to accept it, have to surrender to it. At them, jista dik li xkora. You have to surrender. By the way, it's the Buddhist philosophy, yeah? All right? To surrender. Tiġili, jina darba Buddhist monk għalli intom il-Westerners għalli l-inkollu tomu kontra l-kurrent. U tajdu, u dejjem tajdu għax intkom għajjinin u kollox u stressjati. Bil-fors.
U għalli li resistance equals suffering. Għalli jint ma tax, għalli jek tintella f'dik ix-xmara, forsi sa tiħdok in a beautiful valley, fejtaf.
Let go.
Let go. And it's funny enough, but people who have these terminal illnesses u kollox, you will be surprised to know that ir-riċerkaturi li l-partners tagħhom li żjed li jsofru. Qed tifhem għax helpless Ma tistax, inti, you're helpless, ma tistax tejn.
Tipprova terfa il-peace imma.
Le, jinta fxattila ek nista nieħu l-ġieħ nieħodulek.
Nieħodulek.
Għet li l-istess ħaġa li John, il-ħazbin taħat, kieku nista nieħodulek. I went through the experience at 28, ġifieri tlift il-best friend tiegħi. F'sitt xhur da, tela. So what I'm saying is, I know that life is not easy. I know that life is hard. I know li l-ħajja tibatlek mowġa wara l-oħra u ftit minnhom dawn il-mowġa xejn ikbar mill-oħrajn. Imma it leaves us with one option. Either we become mentally strong u strong fil-qalb, jew inkella ħani tafġu kull darba. You know what I mean? U jien għajnitni l-esperienzi tiegħi, in-nies intqajt magħhom madwar id-dinja, you know what I mean, u għajnun il-kodba, documentaries, movies, jien kollox, jien nieħu messaġġ minn kollox.
Kollox.
You know?
L-situazzjoni.
I don't think li accident li aħna attrattati lejn dawn l-affarijiet u this kind of knowledge. You know what I mean? I don't think so.
Jien kif naraħħa l-ħajja bħal meta inti taqbad biċċa stil u titfaħħa ġo forge.
Yes.
Jekk tħalli hemmhekk dina eventually ddub.
Yes.
Imma
mek taħdima.
You are forged in fire.
Yes.
Ġifri, għalhekk jiena dejjem ngħid Mark ukoll embrace your darkness għax inti mill-mumenti l-ħżiena issa jekk inti ħatitlaq lilek innifsek literalment u ħataqta' qalbek.
You can't.
Dik storja oħra.
You have to walk to the fire.
You have to walk.
Għax anke daw it-traumas ta' childhood, hekk niqpaw naħarbuhom, ek niqpaw nieħdu sustanzi u affarijiet ħalli we numb them.
Eżatt.
Iktar sa joħorġu koroħ.
Eżatt.
Iktar sa when you suppress a trauma, l-aħjar ħaġa li nitkellmu fuqha. You know, you open it up to people who are ready to listen to you. L-aħjar ħaġa li you read about them. You know, għaddejt minn traġedji kif taf intu veru. You know what I mean? I lost my 2 children, ġifieri kox m'għandix tfal, imma l-imħabba li kelli ġofija tfal tiegħi ngħaddija tfal oħra. So all I'm saying is as long as we process the love, it cannot hurt you anymore. You understand what I mean? Jina insaqsijom l-udjenza insaqsijom mistoqsija. All right? L-għanet antik esperienza. Jien I'm lucky. I used to work in 28 countries, 6 kontinenti. You know what I mean? Konna me xi 140,000 kilometru fis-sena, literalment, you know? And everywhere I go, whether it's Rio de Janeiro, Sydney, or Moscow, yo Beijing, you know, yo Shanghai, yo Guangzhou, daw il-postijiet, you know, dejjem insaqsinna, what do you want in life? And funnily enough, whether they're in Canada, whether in South America, whether in Asia, whether everything, kulħadd irid l-istess li affarijiet. I want to be happy. I want to be financially free, ħan niprovdi għal loved ones tiegħi, you know what I mean, nista' niprovdi għalihom, and I want a roof over my head. U qed ngħidlek ħaġa ta' kulħadd l-istess ħaġa jrid. Imma l-problema taf x'inhi, if we really want these things, why don't we try to figure out what it is that's going to bring us those 3 things and just focus exclusively on them. You know, you can do things that make you happy. Ek timmedita kull-jum dak il-worryings, dak il-monkey mind, il-Buddisti jgħidu l-monkey mind, għax ma jgħafx. U l-istatistiċi huma what? 40 to 60,000 thoughts a day, 1.5 million a month, 89% are negative. Iġifieri, you know what I mean? Il-meditation, u by the way, every form of meditation, anka tmur il-knisja tajt talba. You know what I mean?
Ħafna nies Mark jaħsbu l-meditation hija dik il-lotus sitting position.
Not at all.
Vera xejn.
Not at all. No, not at all. You know, not at all.
Per eżempju, waħda mill-meditations tiegħi hija fotografija.
It is a form of meditation. Yes.
Il-motor.
Yes.
Ride bil-motor.
You know what I mean?
Ma nħobx cooking.
Le, ma nħobx naħsel il-plattijin. Imma bat il-Ġappun. Tmur il-Ġappun, and it's a meditative state.
Għax huma jemnu, huma għandhom dik il-filosofija.
Live in the now.
They are in the now. mank, meta ma jkollux għalfej jiknes il-jard tiegħu, xorta joħroġ jiknes il-jard tiegħu.
U jagħmilha bl-imħabba.
Bl-imħabba.
You know what I mean? And that's the problem today.
Max differenza mill-kultura, per eżempju, għax jien jaffaxxinaw il-Ġappuniżi.
Amazing people. Amazing people.
Huma dejjem.
Inti taf anka l-iskejjel li l-ewwel 3 xhur tal-iskejjel, respect for the elders, they learn values, principles u affarijiet hekk. You know what I mean? So what I'm saying is hija kultura li għandha tispirana u għandna nimmodellaw affarijiet fuqha because to me, there is no country that is perfect, and I do it. I've traveled and everything. But għanna naqbdu is-sabiħ ta' kulħadd. Niġu inspirati minnu. Mux niqbħaw l-istess. You know what I mean? We can't stay the same. Siġra għat tiqaf tikber.
L-qasqat.
Human being jgħaf jikber, għax jħares lejn mera u dak tal-mera jgħidu int minn tix tajjeb bizzejeb, int minn ignorant, minn tix sabiħa bizzejeb, it's all bullshit. It's all lies.
Il-kelma ignorant, għax n-nis jaħsbu l-kelma ignorant hija xi ħaġa.
Għasikera.
Mhijiex
għadek ma tafx hemm xi ħaġa jgħadek ma tafix.
Ignorant hija li you are ignoring, qed tinjora xi ħaġa, ġifieri fil-verità mhux għax bniedem ikun ignorant, għax jiena naf nies Mark, u f'ħajt iltqajt ma' nies, ġifieri anki kont naħdem ma' kollegi tiegħi li qas kienu jafu jiktbu isimhom. Ma kontx laħħaq ma' moħħhom. Moħħ ta' avukat. Ġifieri il-kelma ignorant hija sempliċiment hija għażla tiegħek l-inti tinjora ċertu affarijiet. Ma jfissirx li dak li jiena nfittex għandu jfittxu kulħadd. Don't get me wrong.
Kulħadd għandu love tiegħu, kulħadd għandu hobby.
Il-meaning ta' l-Ġappuniżi jgħidula ikigai, ma nafx qatt smajtha il-kelma ikigai.
The purpose of life.
The purpose.
And by the way, they just found out hemm xi 10,000 people over 100 jgħixu u koll għandhom l-ikigai. In Okinawa li mort jien hemmhekk fit-triq ġifieri daw il-xjuħu u sbieħ anke ta' 100 sena sbieħ daw kollha jippratikaw it-tai chi, you know what I mean, and everything. It's everything. The tea ceremony kienet iddum sija u nofs.
Mela.
U jenna jdisa tferra u t-tea tlaħlem. Għax m'għandix paċenzja.
Everything is a ritual għalihom il-Ġappuniżi. Aħna sfortunatament, Mark, illum, għax ħarġa mmur lura għal dak li bdejna ngħidu fil-bidu, di tal-autopilot, illum kulħadd jgħix ħajja maġla. Is-sistema ġabna hekk.
We're distracted. Qed tifhimni. Jiena qrajt dal-ktieb u nirrekomenda n-nies jaqraw. Edgar Tolle, The Power of Now.
The Power of Now.
Naseb rajtu 30 darba bla ċajta xejn. Għax ma tistax taqraħ darba, titterġa' tiqpa' taqraħ, ħalli tirrekordjah fid-DNA.
Kemm sabiħ.
U fih jgħid if you are stuck in the past, that's called depression. If you are stuck in the future, li inti dejjem taħseb li ġej xi ħaġa ħażina, that is anxiety. Hemmhekk qegħdin it-triggers. You know what I mean? Jiġifieri aħna m'għandniex power fuq il-passat u l-futur. Xejn m'għandna power. Għaliex għandek time machine?
No.
Hekk għandek waħda sali fili ħammur nirranġa l-iżbalji kollha li għamilt.
Ekku. L-unika poter li għandi jiena u issa x'ħanajt issa u x'ħanamel issa.
Correct.
U jekk jiena nkun aware tal-moment għalhekk ngħidu living the now.
Correct.
Inti you make better choices.
Correct.
Għax li nara jiena li meta bniedem ikun qed jgħix il-ħin kollu qed jaħseb fuq il-passat fil-futur. Il-ħin kollu. Sewwa. Mela dana qiegħed in between two fake realities tajli għax il-passat ma tistax tibdlu.
Infatti il-ħajja għaddejja u għaset jinduna. Għax he's not taking full advantage. Forse
n-nis ġili samaw għadi f'Kung Fu Panda jgħajlek għalix il-present u jismu present. Because it's a present,
it's a gift. Yes, exactly.
Xaħġa l-nies, ħafna nies.
Tara anka l-cartoons jien nitgħallem minnhom.
Kollox Mark jgħalmek. Kollox jgħalmek.
Yes.
Anki sitwazzjoni ħażina.
U by the way, they're purposely created to teach you. Winnie the Pooh, per eżempju, you know what I mean, niftakar ma t-tifel dejjem nara Winnie the Pooh, huwa filosofu ta' tfal. You know what I mean? F'lingwa li jistgħu jifhmu għat-tfal, imma the pearls of wisdom f'dawk il-cartoons huma inkredibbli, Ma again, man tuhomx il-kredibilità li ħaqhom. Qed tifhimni, you know, that's the problem.
Mark, jien għandi ktieb id-dar. Jekk norjewlek tajli dak tip ta' tfal. Mimli stampi.
The Little Prince.
Dak sabiħ. Dak sabiħ.
Amazing book.
Imma dal-ktieb fih inqas kliem minn The Little Prince. Fih inqas kliem imma fih ħafna sens.
Li ċaqalek.
Iċaqalek ħafna. Jismu The Boy, the Horse, the Mole and the Fox.
I heard of it. I never read it though.
Impressive. Dan għandu paġna waħda partikolari u vera toġobni. U dan għandek bil-watercolors impinġi xejn mud dettaljat, taġi kollox bil-watercolors u hazy. Għandek foresta sewda u din vera taffaxxinani din. Foresta sewda u għandek dat tifel u dan iż-żiemel. U t-tifel jgħidlu l-żiemel kif ħanaqsmu għanna ħal-oħra, kif ħansibu t-tarf. U żiemel jgħidlu sentenza vera sabiħa. Jgħidlu, can you see your next step? Jgħidlu, take that. Jiġifieri
it's a secret of life.
Secret of life, diki.
Focus on the next step.
Ħafna nies jaraw. Tikkomplikax, ħafna nies jaraw is-sellum kollu.
Yes.
Focus on your next step.
U li jiġri huwa, hekk jiena nibża mill-futur, it stops me from doing anything today. So I kind of sabotage myself. U aħna esperti. Il-human beings are expert at sabotage. Ma nitalmu lezzjonijiet għat, marana, ġajna fil-gwerra, ġajna f'kollox, you know what I mean u kollox. I mean, we're living in 2024, 25 mannix, inkunu daqxej evoluti iżjed. I see the world in a way regressing, not progressing. You know what I mean?
Ejwa, naqbel meja kodi.
Minix ċert li leaders li għanna ixtiqunna ġit, ejna jdu ek. Forsi ħankun kontroversjali, ma that's what I believe. You know what I mean? I think money has replaced God, spirituality. U dik il-problema li għanna. The big hole in people li a spiritual void.
Kemm importanti Mark l-spiritualità għalik? U xi tfisser għalik l-spiritualità?
Jina li l-spiritualità ħanajdlek, jina naqra ħafna fuq da affarijiet u kollox u kif għatlek. Jina ek nintaqa' ma' rabbi New York, il-landlord kien Jewish u kien jinvitani għax għalli taf li Ellul il-surname għalli Jewish, għalli inti għandek ancestor Jewish. U kont immur namel bħalek 5 sijat nitkellem ma' rabbi, jek nara mulla jien irrit immur namel 5 sijat nitkellem jew. You know what I mean? I was lucky to spend 3.5 weeks with a Buddhist monk, ġifiri in the Himalayas u koll. Kurjus, irrit insaqsi, u by the way, all these things we're discussing today, ilhom jgħidu għanna il-masters for thousands of years. For thousands of years ilhom jgħidu għanna. U għadna ma smajniex. You know what I mean? We're getting stuck in materialism. You know what I mean? All right, jimux għenna l-ek tixtix karċa sabija, it's okay, you know what I mean? But there are more important things. Why do we take care of our car or our mobile more than we take care of our minds and body? Dikma, I don't get it. I just don't get that. You know what I mean? Dejjem nippolixi għaw fihom. Iż-żejt bidlu fuq il-kar sejfa, tatija service sejfa.
Portamil testa'
U illa ma nixrob tazza ilma pura, you know what I mean? Għall-enerġija. Jidna f'nis li jxorbu 20 espresso kull-jum. 20 espresso. Jilaqsu jgħed ma nista nixrob. Għasami għax jeffetwani ħazin.
Nixrob, jien naħseb nixrob 10. 20 ma nixrob,
10 If I drink an espresso, I have to drink literally 4 or 5 liters of water.
Ma nixrob.
You know, għax dini, I think our priorities are wrong. U mux tortana ta' għax jien kont fl-advertising, all right? So I understand what mind programming is. We never called it advertising, it's mind programming. If I keep showing you something, you know what I mean, eventually you're going to buy it. It's as simple as that. U l-lum bl-internet is game over. Is game over. Ma tkunx taf xtordna, you know what I mean, li inti qed tordna kważi qabel ma tordna. You know what I mean?
It's very addictive, eh?
No, they make it so easy for you. You know what I mean? And advertising, you know what it is. Branding, taf xinu? Taf minn fejġiet dik il-kelma? No. Biftakaromx il-Cowboys branding.
Branding, mela.
Branding is not a logo. It is not a shop. It's not a product. You know what branding is? The feeling you give a client. Emotional feeling. The emotional power. All right? Why do people go and camp 48 hours before to get their new iPhone? U għandhom l-aħħar wieħed f'idejhom. X'fissazzjoni dik. You understand? But the thing is this, it works. Illum il-creative people in marketing and advertising huma neuroscientists. Okay? They know how to trigger the pleasure dopamine. Li għal-istess ħaġa li l-eroina, l-kokaina u kollox jitriggerja. They know how to trigger it.
Happy hormone, no?
It's a happy chemical, you know what I mean? And that's what it is most people literally don't know what they're doing. And it's going to get, and it's going to become more powerful, ġifiri.
Per eżempju, nara nis fuq Facebook sewa.
Yes.
Sina, nużaħ Facebook.
Yes.
Nużaħ ħafna fotografija.
Yes.
Kuntat jufu Malta għand il-paġna bejn il-podcast, ġifiri. Imma n-nis, likes, iridu likes.
They always want likes. You see, that's a dopamine fix. Importanti għal-jom.
Illi inti tara nis illi jtjaraw.
Importanti, u muxek, ma nafx qed tinduna, issa kulħadd irid jixxokkja ħalli kollhom il-likes għu. You know, some of the material that's being shared online m'għandux postu hemmhekk. But anyway...
Mark, dilli t-xokja, dina tkellem ta' kombinazzjoni għaw l-ġimma l-oħra kanna podcast iħor ma' artist kombinazzjoni. U bdejna najdu li anki fl-arti l-lum il-ġurnata, sa l-arti għedem mek inti, alright, biex t-xokja.
Yes.
Imma...
It's a language too.
It's a language,
minn Michelangelo ġifiri, minn dak iż-żmien.
Ma l-lum wasanna f-situazzjoni, Mark, fejn. Tant sar kollox fid-dinja, tant iġbajna nixxokja, u l-lum kam ħaddum turi nisab sidrom barra, jew rġil arwenin. Il-lum sirna, rridu nixxokjaw bil-fors. B'xi ħaġa li vera li inti ħatamel ħidbija ta' fil-li ħatweġġa n-nies. Jena dak l-affarijiet ma nistax nifhom, mhux qed nitkellem ġifieri fejn tidħol dark humor u hekk. Tax dark humor jiena naqbel miegħu. Jiena dejjem ngħid illi jekk ma jiġbokx id-dark humor, jekk taf il-hemm programm li jitkellem fuq dark humor, għandek l-option, għandek il-choice, all right, illi ma taraħx. Biss ċertu programmi ta' dark humor għandhom l-statement bħalma naħna fil-podcast fil-bidu, il-isma dal-li ħanajdu tista' ma taqbilx miegħu.
Tista' toffendik.
Sawa, tista'
għandek l-option li inti titħax.
Eqliblu. Sawa, jiena jekk ma rridx ninħaraq. All right, jekk ma rridx ninħaraq bix-xemx, ħanamlu għajek. Ma mmurx il-baħar. F'nofsinhar. Naf li ħana nħaraq bix-xemx. Mela għalfej,
imma kulħadd irid iweġġa' xulxin hemm barra nara jien. U by the way, today li żied ħaġa perikoluża taf x'inhi hija li għadna fil-bidu, thank God, imma I think 5 to 10 years we will not know the difference between something fake and something real. U hemmhekk ħanin itlifna kollox. Għax ara jien u inti fissati going to search for the truth. What truth now?
Eżatt.
You know what I mean? U ngħidlek il-verità, ġifieri, this is 1984, you know what I mean, the book. Hemmhekk sejrin, il-freedom tagħna ħajibda jittieħed minna ftit u daw jagħmluha 1 millimeter a day.
Digital ID u
imma it's nothing. Switzerland is a police state, Monte Carlo is a police state, you know what I mean? They have every camera angle, ġifieri anka kullhom kien, ġifieri ma tintilifx. Jekk jridu jsibuk. So what I'm saying, by the way, this technology was invented for the Chinese. All right? Umbat il-European cities bdew jagħmlu għaw kollu, ma għax kull airport għandu l-facial recognition u kollox.
Malta għandna l-facial recognition.
I'm sure.
Kullum kien.
I'm sure li għandu.
Daw l-arb l-issuet bil-kamera.
But it's about control. You know what I mean? It's about control. And thank God I'm 66, ġifiri, forsi fadalix 15 years, ħanex, għax I will not put up with it. I will not put up with it. I will not put up. When I think my generation was the last generation that experienced true freedom. I totally believe that. This is not freedom. This is not freedom. Għax anka l-fatt li consumerism, it's not freedom, it's slavery. You know what I mean? Inna f'ħafna zaza jaqlaw il-paycheck, flowet l-tim jonfquh, bat ikaxkruha sal-aħħar tax-xahar ħajjerġgħu. You know, and life is no longer affordable. You know, the young people find it difficult to buy properties, you know what I mean, u affarijiet hekk u biex tirtira l-lum titfuq miljun ta'. I'm not joking about it.
Tirtira żgħir speċjalment. Żgħir, meta ngħidu żgħir. 40s, 50s.
Ma tikkalkula l-inflation u kollox ġifieri fejn sejrin, you know what I mean? We're talking, you're going to need between 30 to 50,000 euros a year cash. Biex tgħix.
Biex tgħix.
Biex tgħix.
Biex tkun financially stable.
Nax il-elf groceries illum għal for two people. U l-qattus tela ġifieri, għax kien two people għattus.
Qattus tela?
Tela, miskin tela. Nikbih kull jum. Tijak u koll. Forsi they're hanging out probably together.
Sanati għaj. Mark ħanajlek ta'
nikbih kull darba
jien. Nikbih jien. Għadni nikbih sal.
U mux hekk, jien qatt ma kont nħobba meqtades, qatt ma kelli esperienza maħħom, ma klip iva. U dak kien ta' tfajla. U ma don fim qabbat miħaj kien imwaħħal miħaj. Imwaħħal. I don't know why, but kien jikdima lila. U jiti xossibu. Iżjiet minni. You know what I mean? But the bond I developed with him daħalli ġo ruħi ġo qalbi. Ma naf l-annimali. Immaġina dinja bla annimali. Immaġina. Immaġina dinja bla mużika. Jew bla arti.
Stax ikun boring. As naħseb jista' jkun.
Diki, because that's another secret, okay? Most people use their left brain, the logical brain. Jipprovaw jimmanagjaw il-ħajja bil-logic. You can't. It's the right brain. It's the creativity. You have to come up with new solutions, new ways of doing things, which then tipprova tistess ħaġa. Il-meaning ta' insanity, Einstein xqal. Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. You have to be able to shift, to change. Anka Darwin għala, survival mish it's not of the fittest or the strongest, it's the ones that adapt. You know what I mean? Ones that are able to adapt. U l-ħabib tana Bruce Lee xqal, be like
water.
Be like water.
Ekku.
All right? Xej ma jista' jirreżistih l-ilma. U għanna aħna li żjed li għanna nkunu nafu għax we're surrounded by it.
Mela.
You know what I mean? Għala kemm ila taqla
Kemm sabiħ dik il-quote ta' Bruce Lee.
Bellezza.
Puts water in a cup.
He has some incredible wisdom. Incredible. Kolla l-quotes joġbuni tiegħu.
Bruce Lee kien qal quote u vera toġobni u rrid tinkelmek fuq kombinazzjoni s-sala semmejna Bruce Lee mela ħansemmilek di. Bruce Lee kien qal qatt titkellem fin-negattiv fuqek innifsek, għad ġismek ma jafx hija d-differenza bejn ċajta u serjetà.
Bravo.
Kemm hija importanti the power of the word.
But remember, whether you
semmejna l-ilma u semmejna.
No, whether you're speaking it out, whether you're singing it, li tija power. Għalhekk aħna nkantaw fil-knisja, all right? Or whether you're thinking it, you have to be careful because your mind will believe everything you say. So feed it love again. Erġa' mu fuq il-prinċipi, you know what I mean? Feed it kindness, feed it courage. Jien dejjem ngħidilhom in-nies, you know, għaxina nallem is-sales u nallem ħafna affarijiet. Waħda mill-affarijiet li tallimt barra huma kif nara fil-personality type tal-persuna. And basically there are 4 main personality types, you know what I mean? 2 of them are open personality u l-oħrajn huma reserved, tifhem? But what people don't realize li hemm at least 1,400 behaviors in each human being. So what do I mean by this? If I'm faced with a challenge, lim personality behavior sa noħroġ jien, the brave one, għandi bżonn the brave one. Għandi bżonn the understanding one. Not the one that panics and runs and fears. Aħna għandna l-power, nażlu, all right, this is it. It's the way we react to the horrible experiences of our lives that's important. That moment, inti, tittieħu nifs, I call it 10 seconds, all right? Take a deep breath. Don't tkunx impulsiv. Jien impulsiv. Ġifieri għadek ma tafx kemm il-darba biex ġo swimming pool minn għamma ċekki jekk kien hemm xilma qabel. All right? Ġifieri, you know, but I've learned to taper it. I pause. Qed tifhem?
Living the now dik.
Dik living in the now. Pause, all right? U lim personal behavior tiegħek li kollha għandna.
Kulħadd,
Qed tifhimni? That's another thing that's very important. We can change, Keith. Di hija importanti ħafna. Most people believe we can't change. Il-Maltin xnajdu, jekk titweled tont, mhux se tmut kwadru. It is ridiculous. On purpose I change every week. You know what I mean? And I love the change in me. Dik il-problema, imma kien nemmen ma nistax nitbiddel.
Ma nafx minn fejn ġew dawn is-sayings. Għax anki
U daw is-sayings, by the way, are beliefs. And beliefs can destroy you.
Let's go. Aħseb il-ħażin ħalli tajjeb ma jonqos. Minn fejn l-ostrina ħarġet di. Aħseb il-ħażin ħalli tajjeb ma jonqos. Dik hija falsa.
Yes.
Falsa, ħafna falsa.
But again, it's a form of conditioning. Jien ngħidlek daw l-affarijiet u nirrepetihom ħalli jien nista' nikkontrollak lilek. You understand? I mean, it's all about power and control. You know it and I know it. You know what I mean?
U ġejja minn kullum kien, Mark. Anki ġifieri.
Kullum kien.
Kim il-Knisja, ha.
Iva. Imma again, il-Knisja, it came from a beautiful being, an enlightened being, il-persuna jridu nintaqgħu magħha maħna, an enlightened being. Ġifieri, il-kelma kienet pura. It-translate ħammiġa.
Korrompew.
You know what I mean? An-Inquisition, I mean xiex għaddejna, you know what I mean, u kollox. You know how many people they burned to the stake because they studied astrology. You know?
Jox kunu jifew u l-mart bil-wera,
And that's it. Human beings are flawed. We are deeply flawed. And that's why we have to question everything, tifhimni, u question everybody. You know, għax għalija jien anka the great America. I spent 17 years there, so witch temmek u kollox. I don't think the same way of America now. I think fejn mit-trouble defset subajaj. You know what I mean? And I don't know, Allah ħes nibda fuqa. I'm disappointed.
Kombinazzjoni reċenti għadni kemm ktibt post fuq Facebook u għamilt.
I saw the one fuq ta' reliġjon tajba ħafna dik. Ħafna tajba.
Għadek kien hemm dak il-programm fuq Popolejn.
Yes.
Dew jitkellmu fuq ir-reliġjon.
Yes.
U parti mill-ħafna li ktibt insomma tkellim tanki.
U kemm minn bravo għax kemm taf tikteb bil-Malti, nejra li. Nejra, le, vera taf tikteb.
U f'silta minnhom ktibt li aħna konna mal-min. Min tfuliti hekk. Konna mal-min illi il-cowboys ħalli nużaw il-kelma.
Bravo, what a great example.
Huma tajbin.
Yes.
On the good side of the story.
Yes.
U l-Indjani kienu il-ħżiena. Illum illi għandi sens f'moħħi. Sawa, nifhem minn fejn ġejja dik il-biċċa xogħol, meta daw kienu jirrejpjaw il-nisa tagħhom. Kienu joħdulhom darhom, kienu joħdulhom l-art tagħhom. Mardu bisem il-progress. Marduhom.
Jina bejni u bejnek, I read there's not an actual figure. It's so huge, there's not an actual figure, but it's between 150 to 200 million. The white man li ġi mill-Ewropa massakra. And by the way, talking about spirituality, ma kien hemmx nies spirituali iżjed minnhom and connected to Gaia, to Earth.
Was good.
Daw kienu joqtlu buffalo, all right? By the way, jirringrazzjaw il-Gaia, because Gaia, nature for them was God. You know what I mean? Jużaw kull parti tal-annimal, anka l-Adam kienu jagħmlu needles. Umbat waslu l-white man. You know what they used to do instead? They used to stampede the whole herd off a cliff, jaqaxxulhom il-ħajd, and they let them rot. And there's a great Indian chief li qal, when I looked into the white man's eyes, I knew he will not stop until he destroys it all. Kif ġabuhom issa? Kif ġabuhom? L-Aborigines xamlulhom.
Mhux l-istess.
Il-South American Indigenous Indians kollha. Daw in-nies kienu konnessi ma' natura. All right? Kienu konnessi ma' natura. They weren't violent. In some xejdulu, indigenous tribes, laqqas il-kelma sad ma kellhom.
Laqqas jafu jitranżverjaw.
Laqqas jafu xi tfisser. You know what I mean? And it cut us off. And this is, I think...
Disconnection.
I think it was done on purpose, to disconnect us from the spirituality, because spirituality, jina nara l-ommi, God bless her. You know what I mean? She's 89. U s-saħħa tagħha hija fenomenali dil-mara. Għax hekk għaddejt minn affarijiet jien hi għaddejt minn l-affarijiet li għaddejt jien times 10. All right? Di kibet fil-gwerra. Tiġri fit-triq bidej fom all bombi nizlin. You know what I mean? We have no clue, you know? But this woman, tant għandha peace of mind, u tmur fil-mixja tagħha kuljum, jiġifieri she has a beautiful life u kollox. You know what her power is? It's her faith. Her faith. Tant għandha faith falla li she's unfuckable. Can I say that? It's my favorite word. It's my favorite word.
Kont rajlek inti ħriġ dik il-kelma unfuckable.
Mhux tiegħek ma vintajtix jien.
Imma titajdilna xi tfisser u titajdilna fejn tużaħħa din il-kelma.
Le
fil-coaching tiegħek tużaħħa.
Nużaħħa, I teach people how to become unfuckable. Basically, għamilt webinar dal-aħħar fuqha wkoll. Unfuckability is no matter what life throws at you, or no matter what all the people that try to hurt you try to do, ma jifetwakx yet. It bounces off you. And to tell you the truth, you know, sometimes I think li tant għaddejt minn affarijiet u esperjenzi painful li it's hard for a new painful experience for me to hurt me. You understand? Nassorbija, naf nassorbija issa. U anka da, s-saxħaħ da. Tissaxħaħaw. Imma di l-importanti, di l-powerhouse. All right? Tiżomma miftuħa, anka ktweġġa. Meta mit li t-tifel tiegħi, I prayed. I remember I was sitting on the sofa, I found out through Facebook, it was horrible, ħadd ma ċempilli. And I prayed, u l-Alla tlabtu tħallis il-qalbi tibbis. That's the only thing I was worried about, Keith. Li I become this bitter old man, you know what I mean? U ħampattija għax jien nibza, jima nibza minnħat li l-nifsi nibza. Fil-water polo kaċċawni for life. You don't, I was a danger half my life, jien. I was the ħadd ma jtellaħom li għax naqlalu ġoga kont. I was a wild man, you know? But the thing is, how many times are you going to self-sabotage yourself u kollox? Fl-ħat itqum. U diki, nistaw nitbidlu meta rridu, għada fil-ħodu nistaw nqumu. Every day, every morning we are reborn. Aħna nirrebootjaw. Il-moħ jisu computer, jirrebootja. All right? Imma l-power minnaw għanda 100 electrical pulse tal-moħ. By the way. Aw. U by the way, id-lum ix-xjentisti jgħidulek li kull organu ġo ġisimna għandu l-intelligenza tiegħu mhux il-moħħ biss. Mhux il-moħħ biss, u wara kemm importanti l-qalb. All right? Xi ħadd bid-dimensja x'jiġilu.
L-aħħar waħda li tintefa' diku.
Kif tintefa' di? Kollha hija
shutdown.
Imma jista' jintefa' da għal snin.
Għal snin, mela.
U qalbek tibqa' tħabbat.
Mela.
You know what I mean? Ġifieri, we have to go back to the source, and the power is there. Il-powerhouse emmeda ġol qalb. U n-nis jafu kulħadd l-udjenza tiegħek insaqsija mistoqsija. Meta tagħmel xi ħaġa bl-imħabba, kif iħossok? Daqshekk biss ta' exclamation mark, kif iħossok? Mhux tajjeb. Anka fi-relationship. Moħna biex ninnegozjaw, inti tħobbni daqshekk u inti tħobbni daqshekk lura. We're not dealing in crypto, jew pannini, tiftakar bil-pannini tal-futbol.
Partat?
Et impartu, it's business. It's not business. You know, open your heart. Rumi għajda. Rumi treats quotes fuq l-imħabba tistudja dal-filosofu musulman, because he was extraordinary. And he said, you have to break your heart over and over and over and over again. That is true love. True love mux I fall in love she looks like an angel. You understand what I mean? I was as ignorant as that. Again, we go back to ignorance.
That's
you know what's
nature.
You know what's love? Love is 50 years of marriage. All right?
Cool.
50 years of marriage, 60 years of marriage. U għadha meħobbu xulxin. Emmek hija it-test tal-imħabba.
Wasalt f'nofshom jien, Mark.
X'inhu?
Wasalt f'nofshom.
God bless you, mate. God bless you.
Kważi 25.
And I adore her. U taf kemm tħobbok għadek ma tafx.
Naf.
Kull meta inti qabaħħaġ.
Naf.
You know? But you're lucky. This person I met today, li kienet adbati ukoll, they're a puppy love. You know, it's like two halves of a soul. Dik rari ħafna li jisibu xulxin. You understand what I mean? You know, rari ħafna rari. You know, u jiti kollok moħħok u qalbek miftuħ li s-satarafa. Lila.
Sabiħ li tiltaqa ma xaħat li tkun kompliċi miegħu. Jina il-mara niċċajta u naqbdu ma xorġi, skem najdela xorti, għallar iskalla tuħu għalija, najdela biex niċċajta. But there's one of the secret, you just said it. Jridu nkunu best friends ukoll. Infatti best friends iżjed importanti. Ħanajdlek għaliex. Jien għandi xeba best friends jistgħu jitnejku bija kemm iridu ma neħux għalija. U mbagħad tgħid xi ħaġa l-partner u titlifa. Why do we allow them? Aħna nistgħu niċċajtaw b'kollox. Huma jafu l-weaknesses tiegħi, jafu kollox, jaqbdu miegħi u kollox. Għatwani u għalija, I can go home, ġifiri, laqqas girfa ma jkolli, but in a personal relationship, indaħlu l-kompetizzjoni jemmek. I don't get it. You know what I mean? Look, it's all about priorities fil-ħajja. I think, ek tkun happy u jti kollok paċi f'moħħok, you have to take good care of yourself. You know, anka etnajlek ta' għaw minu fissat fil-horror movies. Nħobbom jien.
Naf li tħobbom, but the thing is this, they're only going to feed the fear.
Għaxgu.
They're going to fuel the fear in you.
Jien.
Irridu noqdu attenti għax they're very powerful ta'
Jienna narħa għax dili jattajt inti tal-horror movies u għek jgħidu li għal-mużika u koll. Jiena taf nħobb ħafna.
Metalhead.
Metalhead ġifiri jiena nisma metal.
U konna tkellmu fuq Dr. Emoto taf il-picture tal-heavy metal xħareċ.
Pero, għax mbagħad jiena mbagħad hawnhekk li kull persuna huwa differenti.
Taf ħan interrompik and then continue. U skużani ħan interrompik. We'll go back to that time that we met, that you said I helped you. All right? Jien niftakar għatlek ġoħra.
Fakkarni.
Niftakar tamma. Jien tant ħdimt ma' nies. First of all, I'm very good at reading body language u kollox, tifhimni, u naf naqra lajnejn. Imma li żjed ħaġa li sirt kważi 100 out of 100 correct, I feel people. And I felt nothing dark or ugly in you. U inti bdejt tipprova tikkonvinċini li hemm xi ħaġa. Nothing. I felt nothing. I felt imħabba biss fik. You understand what I mean? U jien ngħidlek dik il-catalyst li konvinċejtek. Sometimes, again, that is the residue of trauma. when we think we are broken, you understand me, qed tifhimni, anka li żjed nies li ppuxxjawni ħafna meta kont żgħir, illum nirringrazzjahom.
100%.
Għax kif attent, it's through the sacrifice, it's through the suffering that we grow. Not if we start to feel sorry for ourselves. Once we start miskin, povru, it's over. It is over. It is over. You cannot get off the floor.
That's it.
You understand? You can't get off the floor. And I was good at it, guilty. Daw l-affarijiet kollet ngħidlek guilty.
Ma mbagħad wasalt f'punt jgħidlek kux qed niżbalja li qed ngħid. Għax inti aħna kollha umani sewwa, l-ewwel you feel sorry for yourself.
Yes.
Ma b'fda waħda tqum. Mhux kulħadd kapaċi jagħmilha.
No, but the feeling sorry for yourself, let me tell you what it is, okay? We're going back to being children. This is like going into a toy shop as a child. U d-daddy ma jixtrilek toy.
Ma stajċ tajda eżatt.
No, taf kemm hemm kwalitajiet sbieħ fit-tfal għax hemm il-kurjożità, hemm il-kuraġġ, hemm il-resilience. You know what I mean? But again, we run to the traumatized child. The hurt child reawakens. U tajt, tara, le, I don't want it this way, ma rridix hekk. We become children again. U nieħdu għalina. You know, il-Maltin ukoll, we're super sensitive people. Kulħadd jieħu għalih.
Ejju, ħafna.
Mbagħad in-nannu ma jkellimx il-missieri għal-ċuċata, ġiddu fuq politika, per eżempju. You know what I mean? To me, it's a waste of space. Politics, all these things are a waste of brain space to me. You know what I mean? Minix interessat fihom, ma rridx inkun naf min hu min. You know, dejjem jgħidu li dak il-reżenja, min naf, I don't know. I don't know anymore, you know?
Mhux qiegħed hemm ħabba fija żgur. U mhux qiegħed hemm bis-saħħa tiegħi laqqas.
Laqqas tiegħi. You know what I mean? Again, mhux qed ngħid li jekk ma jkun hemmx persuna li jinspirani minn is-san bil-wifqa. You know what I mean? But I keep waiting for them. I'm sorry to tell you this, you know? X'ġaralhom il-Mandelas u JFKs tad-dinja. X'ġaralhom Gandhi, x'ġaralhom all the most beautiful people on earth, jew xi bullet, jew sakrom il-ħabs. You know what I mean? To me, ma nistax nemmen li pajjiż per eżempju bħal Amerika with 400 million people ma jistax jażel wieħed sera ta' nies, you know, xi ħadd with empathy, bil-kompassjoni. U xi ħadd irid juża l-power tal-Amerika biex ifejjaq id-dinja.
Jien narhom kollox rigged, jien hekk narhom.
Everything, yes, they know who they're coming, you know, but they're very, ngħidu hekk, daw in-nies jafu eżatt se jiġri, jippreparaw decades minn qabel, jafu eżatt fejn se joħduna aħna n-naċ.
Aħna ejju.
Aħna n-naċ. Aħna n-naċ ħanini, aħna. You know, I think there are... But literally, jiena ngħidlek li hemm cures għal the most horrible diseases, but it's not good business. You know what I mean, to cure somebody. I am 100% convinced of it. You know, I am 100% convinced.
darba
Inti taf li l-Indja 6,000 sena ilu kien jagħmlu open heart surgery minn l-opium. You understand what I mean? Do you know that the instruments that they use today in the operating theatre were invented by thousands of years ago? Ma vvintaw xejda. U by the way, all the health things now what you charge on 5 darbit iżjed. I don't everything is marketing. Remember, I was in marketing. All right? Kollox huwa mux tal-li rritin biħilek xi ħaġa, I want you to get addicted on it, basically.
You know what I mean? L-ikel ukoll tal-istess ħaġa.
L-ikel is good, sigaretti, ikel, kollox. Alkohol.
Per eżempju, Mark, xi ħaġa li dejjem ngħid jiena hija illum il-karozzi bit-teknoloġija li hawn bis-sensors u daw l-affarijiet u bil-radar u daw l-affarijiet, illum karozzi kollox għandhom. Jekk trid tistaqbad il-franchises kollha tal-karozzi u tagħmilhom li daw ma jikkrexxjaw qatt, ma jaħbtu qatt. Żewwa, jien pereżempju karozza tiegħi jekk niġi biex nirramjaħħal ġol ħajt jiena twaqqafni. Tiegħek għax għandha crash sensor.
Right comedy hekk tajjeb kien, rrid tajjar xi ħadd u waqfitlu.
Taqaflu, ejja tiegħek tagħmel. Tiegħek tagħmel.
Mhux hekk biss.
Il-teknoloġija hemm qiegħda.
Ma mhux hekk biss. Il-teknoloġija qiegħda hemm that we don't need petrol fiha, we don't need anything. I have a friend in Monte Carlo, all right? The 4 top car manufacturers in the world ħassu il-miljoni not to launch his engine that works on magnetism. M'għandek bżonn xejn. So again, it's manipulation. You understand what I mean? Aħna nafu li ż-żejt u l-petrol qed jifgana u tiqpa dependable. You know what I mean? All I'm trying to say is why?
Why money?
Mux ħatiħu xej miegħek.
Le,
Mux ħatiħu xej miegħek. Issa jkolli biljun fil-bank, fejn se nieħdu? Ħani wallpaper ja it-tabut? You take nothing with you.
Jien naħseb li power hungry ta' jien naħseb iktar.
I think power more. Li jien nista' niddominak. You know what I mean?
Naraħħa wkoll.
Yes. U jien minix interessat power.
Le.
M'għandix interess.
Assolutament. Power irrid, power hawn, ma?
Iva.
Knowledge, jiena knowledge junkie, ġifieri.
Tiftakru dak il-cartoon kien Closed Circuit 2?
Allaħwa.
U kien jaqra input.
Mela.
Jinek narak li dak.
Jiena knowledge hungry ħafna u nħobb nirriċerka kuljum ġifieri, kuljum naqra.
U għalhekk ma tafx kemm
nifilterja ħafna.
Kemm hu sabiħ il-moħħ. Il-moħ issa saru jafu, even after 90 pa jespandi, pa jitallem, it's not true, you know what I mean? It's not true li jgħaf. Nistaw, il-moħ huwa muskolu. Tifhem, u immorru l-ġim biex inkabru da, kabbar da. Kabbar da għax jgħinek f'kollox. You know what I mean? Itik soluzzjonijiet fejn inti qatt ma kellek soluzzjonijiet. U kelli dal-dibattitu maħbib tiegħi, mort lunch maħbib tiegħi last Friday. U għalli, what's this rubbish that you keep preaching to people u kollox, għax meta jisker da siħbi jiġi argumentative. Għalli, u b'saħħtu nammiraħ, konna naħdmu fuq ir-rigijiet u flimkienet tifhem da kiber, you know what I mean, jiflaħ u jitfaċċa d-dinja waħdu kollox. Għatlu yes, għatlu it's perfectly alright. Għatlu it's okay, il-mod tiegħek huwa validu. Tifhem? It's trial and error, right? It's the strongest form kif tista' titgħallem, mhux veru. Il-problema hija you might run out of time because it takes too long. So meta aħna nuru dil-kurjożità għal dan knowledge, it accelerates. You understand? It accelerates. And the beautiful thing, you can accelerate in everything you want, in every area. Ekk nsir Michelin star chef.
Kollox, għandek il-will u għandek tkun hungry għal-knowledge.
They're saying, I saw a documentary, universities are over. It's over. School is scale over.
ħaġa li d-dejjaqni u li ġieli taffetwani ġieli. Illi meta nitkellem fuq ċertu topics, jidu li minti xi skolar, jidu minti għandek xi kont l-università studjajt u le. Jien minix parti mill-ebda dogma. Għax kiku jiena skolar, sewa. Mela jien għandi ċertu regoli x'niffollow, ja? Jien m'għandix kaxxi. Jien naqra u nistudja l irrid jien.
Anka jien.
Kollox. Ġifieri.
Anka jien. Ġifieri. Imma jien mort università. I'm telling you, I used nothing. I'm not saying it was a waste of time.
Le, mhux a waste of time. Titgħallem ċertu.
It wasn't a waste of time. Għax jiena meta kont Malta qabel ma tlaqt l-Amerika, I was a C- student, ġifieri anke low levels tiegħi C-, you know what I mean? Imma mbagħad mort hemmhekk. U l-metodu tant kien brillanti li mfaqa' moħħi paħ. Allura, all I'm trying to say is this. Inti fl-iskola tiegħek li mu li zjed suġġett li kont tajjeb fih, u għaliex?
Fl-arti biss.
Għaliex?
Għax inħobbu.
Imma 99% is-surmast li kellek kien jinspirak. Jien din notajt, is-suġġetti li kont tajjeb fihom, it all comes down, it's all comes, le mhux is-surmast, it-teacher.
Right, right.
It-teacher li kien jgħalmek l-arti i-connect ja emotionally miegħek. All right? Kien jaf jgħalmek, kien jagħmel it-talim bl-imħabba għax kemm il-teacher rajna jżomm robots jidħlu mill-klass li joħorġu minn hemm, they don't care about us.
L-iktar teacher strict li qatt kelli f'ħajti u l-iktar teacher li kont nammira nsemmih George Mallija. darba minnhom, per eżempju, apparti l-art kien jallimni suġġetti oħra, Malti minn għalija, Ingliż, żgur English literature.
Yes.
U darba minnhom niftakar, jien minn dejjem kun nħobb impinġi. U darba minnhom qed impinġi u rani, u kif rani minn fuq xtajlu għaw fuq il-platform. Għatta u għaxxaqta jien. Għatta għaxxaqta. Nizel, ħadli l-karta jekk, dar, tala fuq il-platform, għallom mill-lum, għallom irrit il-kulħadd, iżom karta u lapes, u d-diemu dak li ġikom f'moħħom tpinġuħ.
Doodle, jgħidula.
U jien talla nissema.
How cool.
F'sena ilu ġi l-exhibition tijaj.
Imma mekkin.
U sammejtielu di.
Imma mekkin l-emotional connection tijaj.
Ejja,
Look, let me tell you what it is, okay? U l-coaching danu, I see you. Min fejġew dawk il-klim? Avatar.
I see you,
Avatar. Kemm il-darba għallu, I see you. I see you means I recognize the specialness in you.
Namaste.
Yes. Namaste u koll.
Ek twisser?
Namaste is I honor the light in you.
The light in you.
Live like that. Meet when you meet people like that. U jiftħu. Inizlu. Everybody is on the defensive. You understand? Kulħat jibza li jien ħanwaġġaħu ma jafunix. So the key is the first impression hija importanti ħafna. You know what I mean? And I will comment on it like lallu, what a beautiful smile you have. You know what I mean? Jew naraf li huma kind għax inħares li għajnejhom mal-ewwel. Anka l-vuċi, it-ton tal-voice. Għax studjajthom dawn l-affarijiet, tifhem? What I'm saying, as soon as you acknowledge and you remind them of what's beautiful about them, inizlu lek il-ħajt.
Daqsik. But
right?
defends them.
But now you can help them. All right? Now you can help them. But the thing is, għaxuma xi kultant jifmu kħażin, tkun xi mara sabiħ u qed tikkomplementata għajda xirid. Jien ngħidilhom mill-bidu minn qabel. I'm not complimenting, I compliment everyone, you know? But I will keep reminding you of what's beautiful about you. Maybe one day you'll wake up and you'll believe me. Who is our number one enemy? We are.
Inti.
We are.
You are your worst enemy, oh.
We are. So what I'm saying is, this is what I do. I shine the light on their light. It's as simple as that. U dak it-teacher, u jina nit-challenge l-udjenza kolla, I hope li they're right to you. L-iżjed suġġett li huma tajbin fih, kważi I'm 100% sure, li t-teacher kien jinspirak.
B'ximot,
U mux kolla jinspirawna teachers, di l-problema. You know what I mean? If they don't know how to connect with the students.
Diku.
You know what I mean? U connect taf ġifiri imħabba. Li jinti taf li hobbok jixxilek il-ġit. Jixxilek il-ġit. You understand what I mean? U jinajdilom minnis, jimma rritxejlu ramin għandkom. Xej, I don't want anything back. You know what I mean? But grab the knowledge I'm giving you and do something with it for you. Oh, especially this thing self-love, you know, għax ekk inti l-għadu tijak stess, mux tabxej et tatratta negativita ġoħajtek. You know what I mean?
We attract what we are.
Yes, u tittaċċetta li zjed ħaġa importanti dini, ja? Iġifiri, jina I'm far from perfect, I'm flawed too. U dikja li zjed imħabba għolja li jinti taċċetta li l-ek innifsek, even the negative. Sometimes namel zbal u naqbat li l-nifsi namel zbal. And you know what I do? Instead of punishing myself, I kind of smile on the inside. When there you go again. You know what I mean? You know?
Ma taraf li l-ek innifsek għalix?
Watch it. Two brains.
Aware.
Yeah, but
you are living the now.
Yeah, remember in that book, Power of Now, we have two brains.
Two brains, ekku.
And the monkey mind,
Ekku.
dark out of control. Ma jqafx il-moħ, ma jqafx. People can drive themselves sick. Jien niftakar, meta kon żgħar, kon nirremetti, skużi, you know what I mean? I drive myself bil-worries. I make myself sick. At them. It also represents your ego, your pride, by the way. And we spend our first 2-3 decades building our id, building our ego. And then we have to spend the rest of our life
living with it.
Getting rid of it.
Ekku.
Diki, it-two halves tal-ħajja tagħna.
Ekku.
You know what I mean? But all I'm saying is give yourself a chance. You know what I mean? In-nies ngħidilhom jien, the love of your life is you. U mux in a big-headed way, conceited way, a narcissistic way, qed ngħidu għaw. The love of your life is you. Għamel paċi miegħek innifsek u tibda tara kollox jibda jaqaf postu. Kollox jibda jaqaf postu.
Proset.
Kollox jibda jaqaf postu. You know what I mean? Għax tibda tatrat. Inti l-univers tinfetaħ, qed tiftaħ u tajlu I deserve it.
Ekku.
And when you do that,
Gratitude.
It's gratitude. Inti, you're thanking him for you. Il-Koreani għandhom sistema ta' meditazzjoni. They call it body tapping. All right? And it is very effective. La konna qot Londra jiena mill-7 snin hemmhekk kuljum kont immur il-Korean Center biex nagħmel għadi. You know what I mean? And in the beginning, it's kind of funny, as they like, you know what I mean? I love my liver, I love my lungs. Right, tapping, you know, I love my brain, you know? Imma tirrelease energy incredibly. Look into it, because this is it. Everybody għandu xi ħaġa incredibly. Attrajtom it-torok jisflu. They go into a total trance. Jitħlu ġo trance dak. You know what I mean? But all I'm saying is, you see all these beautiful cultures fid-dinja, kollha għandhom xituna. Kollha. Il-Latini il-mużika tagħhom. They love their music. Is-fin u l-mużika tagħhom, ġifieri u kollox. But all I'm trying to say is this. Għalhekk irridu niftħu moħħna u ma niġġudikaw il-ħadd u ma nbaxxu l-ħadd. Għax kulħadd jista'. Everybody's our teacher, mhux vera?
Kulħadd.
Jien anke n-nies li ngħin huma t-teachers tiegħek.
Mhux hekk.
Għax jaraw id-dinja perspettiva totalment differenti tiegħi. U jien dejjem imur ngħid vera tallimt illum. You know, and I don't care if it's a 16-year-old boy, ġifieri, or somebody older than me. Kulħadd huwa teacher tiegħek u hekk inti tiftaħ moħħok u tiftaħ. U int, by the way, you're the filter. You have the right to accept this knowledge, my knowledge. Inti tista' tgħidli isma' I don't care xi ħadd jgħid dak miġnun ta' wkoll. It's okay, naċċetta. But all I'm trying to say is this, you know what I mean? Kulħadd jista' jagħmel xi ħaġa. U jien ma naf xejn. Jiena nqum filgħodu u dik l-ħaġa li ngħid, I know nothing. Leonardo da Vinci taf x'qal? At 82, I am still learning.
Ekku.
U jiena nqum filgħodu u dik l-attitudni hija perfetta għaliex għax tqum filgħodu jien ma naf xejn ġifieri sa nitgħallem illum.
Kollox ġdid, mela.
Minant min sa nitgħallem illum. Sa jgħallim, il-ħajja sa tallimni. You know what I mean? U l-ħajja kuljum tagħmek.
Kollox jgħallim.
Kuljum tagħmek. Kuljum proġett, you know? And the thing is, even evil people who suffer are your teachers, they're showing you how not to be.
Eżatt.
Id-dar kullajt aħna għanna bżonna.
Duality.
Id-duality għanna bżonna.
Bil-fors.
Jien ma nistax ingawdi s-sajf ek għat maħassejt Bart.
Stax.
Għetti fem? We need il-kontrast għanna bżonnu.
Bil-fors, f'din id-dimensjoni tagħna li hija fiżika l-kontrast irriduh. Ma nistgħux ngħixu minn ajru.
Ma nistgħux ngħixu minn ajru.
Kieku ma neżistux.
Eżatti. Kieku ma neżistux. You know? The dark needs the light needs the dark, you know? Kulħadd għandu aħna tnejn għandna ġofina, you know? But it's what you feed the most. It's what you feed the most. All right? L-istorja ta' two wolves. White wolf, il-Red Indian chief li prova jgħallem it-tifel tiegħu lezzjoni, għallu inside every human being's brain there's a white wolf and a black wolf and they're always fighting. U t-tifel l-innoċenti li hu għallu dad, which one wins? Għallu the one you feed the most. Diki għal-battalja tal-ħajja. And by the way, not only inside you, inside me, inside everybody li clean, inside everybody Malta, inside everybody fi xajdulu, fl-Europa, inside everybody fi dinja, għax enerġija dik. You understand? U hekk aħna madwar id-dinja niddeċidu għal filgħodu san umu, by the way, we have all the power in the world to do it. Ħadd qatt ma neħilek il-power li jiena nqum filgħodu u nagħmel commitment u ngħid daqshekk. Ħankun iżjed pożittiv.
Ekku.
Ħanħobb iżjed.
Ekku.
You know what I mean?
Għamela for 21 days and becomes a habit.
Do it for 21 days and you know what? We will transform the world. Literalment il-power tagħha.
Vera.
Il-power taħħa u inti għat il-klim tiftakar ma tatlek il-get bigger?
Iwa, provajta.
Alright. Jitbellaħt meta ġrat li. Meta nejn namel għannis, jiċemplu li wara 2 weeks. Jiċemplu li wara 2 weeks, għada kbira, għatlu kellhom il-loħra.
Ġibom pari.
You know what I mean? We underestimate the power that our brain has, okay? But people are doing that on purpose. They want to take that power away. If we knew how powerful we are, ma nibżon gvernijiet, ma nibżon ħadd fuqna. Ma nibżon ħadd fuqna.
Ekku.
You know what I mean?
Mark, l-aħħar messaġġ lill-udjenza tagħna kif messaġġ ħadd waslilhom tal-aħħar?
Ħobbu kemm tifilħu. You don't know how strong you are. You have no clue how strong you are. You know what I mean? Iżjed ma tħobb, iżjed tiġi b'saħħtek. You know? I have no doubt on that. You know, I have no doubt. U tista titransforma lilek nifsek l-ewwel, u mbagħad il-familja tiegħek, you know what I mean? U mbagħad il-fejn taħdem, u mbagħad il-villaġġ. You can affect it all. You have no clue. Kiku kontu tafu kif jaħdem il-ġisem għatma tkunu mdejqin iżjed fajitkom. Kif jaħdem ġisimna tax, aħna miraklu. You know what I mean? We live, I told you this, we live on a blue marble that spins 1,600 times an hour around a ball of fire 38,000 times its size. L'odds li int u jien twilidna huma 400 trillion to 1. In-nies irrid infakkarhom ħaġa waħda u ħanajda bl-Ingliż skużani, translate it int bil-Malti sabiħ tiegħek. You, me, everybody walking this earth is a walking, living, breathing miracle. U taħseb xejn il-kontrarju ta' dik. Int miraklu. Kulħadd miraklu. U jibda kif taraf lilek innifsek li int miraklu tibda taraf il-ħadd ieħor li huma miraklu wkoll. That's how I want to end it. And I hope Mark, it makes sense.
Thank you ħafna. Proset.
You're welcome, brother.
Nirringrazzjawkom għal darb'oħra.